Right. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about one of the pairs of hybrids I'm going to be doing this year. Well, Muleing pair I'm going to be doing this year. It is a Yorkie cross with a greenie that I have. Um, I'm just going to mention it now, just so that there's no issue with this. Basically, when I had the greenies, I decided to take the nests out around about September, about a day or two before September the 1st. Ironically, after this point, the female decided to lay an egg inside the feeding drawer. And because I hadn't had much luck all year and the year before, I haven't actually managed to raise any greenies other than the two that I'm going to talk about in this video. There's one that I'll try and get some footage to add to this video. If I don't, I'm sorry about that, but you will see the hen for sure. But the hen in this video has not got a clothes ring on. I did try to put a BBC clothes ring on her, but she threw it when I was at work. And from previous experience, I had another greenie chick that I had earlier that year that I tried to get a ring on, and it just didn't work out. Just thought I'd mention that ahead of time. But yeah, so this year is my first year with Muleing pairs and hybrid pairs. I've never worked with the Yorkies either, so they're new to me. I have got a pair of Yorkies at the moment. I've got a male and a female out in the shed. And I've got this male that you're going to see in the video. This male I've picked because I like the fact he's got dark markings. He's also got some absolutely lovely markings around his head and stuff like that. I just generally like the colour and the shape and kind of pattern of this bird. And I thought it would be interesting to see how this goes with the Muleing pair that I have. Well, with the greenie that I have, the hen I have. I don't know how it's going to work out because, as I just said, that they were laid on the 1st of September. So those particular birds are very late in the year birds. So I'm hoping that that isn't an issue for me. I'm imagining that I'm not going to get a chance to breed her or have fertile eggs at least from her until a lot later in the year. They are currently together. They are living in a 4 foot by 1 foot by 1.5 foot flight cage. I believe it's that size. It might be slightly bigger, but and at each end I have a perch here and a perch here, and at this end just another perch. So they have to fly each length. The second perch is for them to roost on. It has a couple of mirrors above it as well, and at the other end there's a couple of round mirrors. That's just to encourage the male to be a little bit more competitive when he sees his reflection and things. There might not be much in that, but it seems to work for me in the early spring. If I've only got one male in there and he sees his reflection. The same goes for the females. They just seem inquisitive with it. The two of them together are doing reasonably well, like I said a few times already. They do squabble a little bit, but at night they do roost together, and they are quite comfortable roosting together. They will come down and peck at food together a little bit, but that normally leads to a little bit of squabbling between them. But yeah, I'll just get into the video now and show you what I've got and what they look like. And if you have any suggestions or any tips or anything about the Yorkies or the greenies that you want to suggest to me, I'm willing to have a chat with any of you guys about this. You can contact me on Facebook or put a comment in the YouTube comment box below. Thank you for listening, and I'm going to go on with the video now. So here you've got one of the greenie hens I've bred this year. I haven't had much luck with the greenies so far. This is the first two I got out of the nest in the last 2 years. First year, I just had a terrible year. This year, every time that my pairs would lay, the eggs would either not make it, or if they made it, they wouldn't do well, or I had one that made it out of the nest, made it to about 14 days, and then the parents just stopped feeding it one day. I tried to get some feeders to feed it, but that one also perished. As you can see, this bird hasn't got a clothes ring. I did try to clothes ring it when I had it, but the issue with it was that it threw it. I tried with this bird to get a clothes ring on, but I wasn't going to have a repeat of what happened with another bird I had, which I put a clothes ring on it a bit late, and it caused its back claw to get a little bit, it didn't function quite right. So I've learnt my lesson from that one. Obviously, I need to get these rings on about 4 to 5 days. They grow real quick, these greenie chicks. But yeah, this hen here, I believe it's a hen. If you need to correct me in the comments, please do. But I'm putting this hen here to a Yorkie you'll see in a minute. I'm hoping that these two can go together and make a lovely pair. Two of them are quite large birds. The greenies are of a reasonable size. It's not huge, it's not tiny, but it's a good size. Um, I believe it has got agate in its bloodline as well. I don't know if I remember correctly. Only the males can have that. I don't think the hens can carry it. I'm sure someone in the comments will correct me on that one as well. But yeah, this hen's quite nice, and as you can see, she's quite active and quite happy. She's been with the male since the 10th of November. I put my two hybrid pairs together the weekend of my birthday. So that's how I remember what date I put them together. But yeah, they're slowly getting used to each other now, and they're starting to adjust. So you'll see in a few minutes the Yorkie I'm putting her to. And yeah, just let me know in the comments below if you've got any suggestions or any tips or comments on how to get the two to bond a bit more. They are getting there with their bond, but they're not great. They're not feeding together a lot. But yeah, they are hanging out on the perch in the evenings together, so that's always good news. Anyway, let me know what you think. Right, so here is the male Yorkie I got at Stafford. As you can see, he seems like a decent sized bird. I kind of like the look of him. His colour's great. He's got some good dark markings on his back and on his head. That's what I was looking for in a bird for this purpose of muleing. And yeah, well, he's been in the cage with her, like I said, since November the 10th, and he seems to be getting there with her. So the two of them occasionally squabble, but they're okay. And he's kept in a 4 foot. Both of them are kept in a 4 foot by 1 foot by 1.5 foot long cage, and that cage has got two perches at one end and one perch at the other end, so that they have to fly from length to length. They have a bath in there every day, fresh bath, and they have fresh seed put in every day. They are both getting a little bit of oily seed at the moment. I'm finding that adding a little bit of like wheat germ to things and a little bit of hemp is helping with them looking good and doing well. But yeah, as you can see, he's quite active, he's quite happy. He's a good sized male, and hopefully I can do well with him. The Yorkies have been a bit of a pain for me, but yeah, I am enjoying them so far. So I thought I'd leave you a little bit of footage of this hen again just before the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and you can get in contact with me, like I said, through Facebook and on here. This is only my second video, so I'm just seeing and feeling things out with the way it's going at the moment. If you've got any feedback on the style of the video, please let me know. I will be doing another video in the new year. That will be on the other hybrid pair I have, which is a Siskin and a Rhinelander canary. A hen I have is Rhinelander, and the Siskin's a male. They've been together the same amount of time, and they are doing really well together so far. But yeah, so I'll wish you guys happy Christmas and a happy new year, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Cheers. Bye.